Welcome to the Daily Dosage. I'm Pat Beach.
And I'm PJ Ross.
We're about to give you another dose of Major League Baseball. There's a big rivalry series this week between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. PJ, are the Yankees going to make a breakthrough with this series against the Red Sox?
I think they finally will. To this point in the season, they're 0-8 against the Red Sox, but they still lead them by a game and a half in the division, which is pretty remarkable. Consider this, they're 21-18 against the AL East this season, but 8 of those losses are against the Red Sox. It's really a must-win series for them. They have to take 2 out of 3 at the new Yankee Stadium, and I think a sweep would really send a message to the Red Sox that things have changed and the momentum has swung to the Yankees. Tomorrow night, Joba Chamberlain faces John Smoltz. Smoltz has really struggled with a 7+ ERA and is 2-4 with the Red Sox since joining the team. So Chamberlain needs to come out, show that his 7-2 record isn't a fluke, and stick it to the Sox for an early defeat in the series.
So let's talk about that AL East race a little bit. Do you think Tampa Bay is still alive in there?
I think they are. Evan Longoria had a huge night last night, hitting the game-tying and the game-winning walk-off home run in extra innings against those Red Sox. They're creeping into the division, and they're right in the wild card race. Yankees, Sox, and Rays all have to fight for 2 different playoff spots, and one of them is going to come out on the short side. I personally think it's going to be the Red Sox. They just don't look like they have that playoff mentality this year. But we'll see how all the new acquisitions turn out for them in the stretch run.
Yeah, that'll definitely be an interesting race to follow. So let's jump over to the Central Division. Should the Detroit Tigers be a bit nervous about Jared Washburn's opening performance with the team?
I don't think they have too much to be concerned about. Washburn was admittedly nervous about the outing. He allowed 6 runs on 6 hits in just 5 2/3 innings. It was a season high allowed in runs, but I think he'll be just fine. The lefty really didn't have bad stuff. He just left a few too many pitches out over the plate to be driven. It's a big yard there at Comerica Park. He should settle in nicely, just like he did at Safeco Field, and I don't think the Tigers need to panic. Maybe a couple more of these starts and they should worry, but I think Washburn will be just fine for them.
So let's jump back over to New York for a little bit and talk about the Mets. The Mets were up against the Cardinals last night 7-5 in the 9th inning and managed to lose that game 12-7. What happened here?
Just an atrocious outing by Francisco Rodriguez. He got hit all around and threw 40+ pitches in the 9th inning, blowing the 7-5 lead and sending it to extra sets, where Albert Pujols, the absolute machine, hit his 5th grand slam of the season in the 10th to put it out of reach. The guy is just unpitchable too. He's got 5 grand slams this season. He's 7 for 9 with the bases loaded, which is just unreal. I think it's really starting to show how scary this Cardinals lineup is with Mark DeRosa and Matt Holliday around them.
So if Pujols is up next time with the bases loaded, should a manager maybe think about just walking him?
It looks like the best option now. It's either 4 runs or just give up the 1 run, and the way this guy is dialed in, it looks like to be the way. The problem is you just have nowhere to put him, so he can sit dead red on a fastball or a breaking pitch out over the plate and drive it. It's exactly what he did. He waited for the pitch that he wanted and he hit it. And it might just be the right thing to walk him.
Yeah, that's probably why he's now the best player in baseball right now. So now let's jump over to Seattle, where we're from, and talk about Ichiro a little bit. Do you think he's in the race for AL MVP right now?
In my opinion, he's a clear-cut AL MVP. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see that spectacular catch he made last night to end the game, but with 2 outs and the bases loaded against the Kansas City Royals, Ichiro made up an unbelievable amount of ground and made a sliding catch up against the wall behind the tarp in Kansas City to end the game. He plays Gold Glove caliber right field day in, day out, and I think he really is deserving of it. He leads the majors with a .363 average, and consider this. His 157 hits are 17 better than Miguel Tejada of the National League. And Ichiro started the season on the 15-day disabled list. Just an unbelievable master at the plate. One thing that drags down his stat line a bit is the fact that he only has 62 runs scored. It's a little bit less a reflection of him and more a reflection of the terrible Mariners lineup around him. That ranks him 38th in the majors, tied with Brad Hawpe and Ben Zobrist. So that gives you an idea of how pitiful the guys around him have been driving him in.
So should Mariners management maybe think about getting Ichiro to steal a bit more bases and get him moving around the base path a bit more frequently?
I think that's definitely something they're going to have to look at. Ichiro's a great base runner, not only because he's fast, but because he's smart. He can get great jumps. The Mariners are starting to call up a lot of young guys like Michael Saunders, and I think they're going to have to do something to get this offense jump-started. They need to get guys in motion and start playing a lot of hit-and-run baseball just to get things going.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out more Major League Baseball broadcasts from the Daily Dosage.
You've got questions, we've got answers. Make sure to send us a message. All the links are on the side. But I've got a question for you right now. Who do you think gets the AL MVP vote right